Last week, the FAL Modern Warfare blew the M1 Grand Vanguard straight out of the water. It was better in pretty much every single way, except range, and yeah, it's basically the better gun out of the two. However, this time round, comparing it to a Vanguard weapon, will it be any different? Because we are going to be comparing it to a G43, and we're going to be using my ShadowsReign build, which you can find in the cards just here. So yeah, all the damage and all the numbers are based off this specific build, because obviously on Vanguard, you even change the way you look at the gun, it changes the stats of the weapon. I know, right? Whereas on the FAL, we're using the standard long-range build. So with that being said, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the most important stat, in my opinion, is damage. 49 going to come in for the FAL, and 50 is going to come in for the G43. Now, this is important, because 50 damage will mean it takes one less shot to kill. This is really, really, really important, because the fewer shots it takes to kill, the better, regardless if you hit them or not. And the headshot damage on the pair of them, it's going to be 70 on the FAL, and it's going to be 51 on the G43. Now, with this, it does suggest that it is more beneficial going for headshots on an FAL, which is fine, because, you know, we do expect to have extra headshot damage on a marksman rifle type weapon. I know it's an assault rifle, but you know what I mean. Semi-automatic, hitting the head should do that extra damage, and it does on an FAL. It doesn't seem to on a G43, which is a massive, massive, massive shame. I really feel as if the weapon's missing something there, you know, even if it was 60 or 70, just to give it that, just that little bit something, but there you go. Disappointment at that one. Rate of fire, however, is not a disappointment on either weapon. 470, which realistically is faster than what most people can actually fire. And then the G43 is going to come in at 400, which is 400 rounds per second, which is more realistic to what you can actually aim to achieve. You can hit the targets this quickly with this much of a fire rate on both weapons. You're going to be dropping them super duper quickly. However, it's very rare you're going to actually be able to hit people at that fire rate on an FAL. Not because it makes the gun overly bouncy or anything, just because clicking that many times is really difficult. You've got to be like a low tier god to actually pull that off. So we're going to go into the range now. Now, wow, range on the FAL is 28 meters, although you can get this up to about 70 realistically because it's damage drop-off values in terms of what damage it actually does. So 70 before you'll notice it, 28 officially. G43, however, it just seems infinite. Like, I can't see a range which this caps out at. On Vanguard, it will say 250 plus meters. However, on this particular, like on Warzone and Rebirth, no range I can test this at reliably. No range that I can. It's like the EBR before, like, they all got like patches and nerfs before Cold War came out. That thing just didn't have range. It, as in a good way. Like, it's like they turned the range off. Like, it doesn't need to exist. Just infinite range, mate. There you go. That's what this feels like. So I'm gonna go for the Vanguard number on this one at 250. But that the mileage may vary on that. Basically, it's loads compared to the FAL. That's what you need to know. It's a comparison video, and it's loads compared to the FAL. Okay. Do you know what else is actually quite a bit better than the FAL? The bullet velocity. The bullet velocity on the G43 and the ShadowsReign build is going to be 1116 meters per second. Now that might not seem much higher than the 1002 from the FAL, but that is just something for you to bear in mind, because that's about 10% faster, which is always good. Both of these are going to hit really, really quickly. Follow-up shots are going to be really, really easy on this as well. I do find it a bit strange that a G43 can shoot faster than an M1 Garand, but whatever. So yeah, you're going to really enjoy these weapons. You will notice a bit more of a bullet dip on a G43 though. Not usually something I mention, but you will notice that the bullets do dip a little bit more. However, following them up, actually in terms of like how quickly that bullet hits someone, really, really, really enjoyable. So once you've got that dip down, which to be fair, it's not that bad for most of your Rebirth encounters, you'll be absolutely spot on. It's like a laser. Literally is just like a laser. So yeah, but then again, the FAL is too. Now we're going to talk about the time to kill here. The time to kill on the FAL is going to come in at 638 milliseconds. Now, that's bearing in mind you can somehow manage to fire the weapon at 470 rounds per second, rounds per minute even. Imagine rounds per second. Bloody hell, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? However, it is worth noting that you do have a headshot multiplier here, because on the G43 you don't. However, that's going to come in at 600 milliseconds at a fire rate you can definitely hit. So yes, if you're not inhuman, then the G43 is the one. However, if you are like if you're a Loki, you're a Thor, then the FAL is going to be doing mad bits for you as well, which kind of sums up these weapons. If you can hit the headshot, it's going to be more beneficial using the FAL. If you're not consistently hitting headshots, it's going to be the G43. This is a strange one for me because obviously the FAL uses AR ammo and that has a much larger clip of 30 than the G43's 10. However, it is worth pointing out that the G43 has significantly less recoil. Like, this thing will drop quicker than a SOCOM. That's ridiculous. You can drop people quicker than a SOCOM on a G43. Yes, you have the 10 bullets, but it is a SOCOM. That they basically created another SOCOM where instead of being fully automatic, semi-automatic, drop people super quick. And I remember that not doing that much more damage to the head either. Or am I wrong? Don't quote me on that particular bit, actually. So, yeah, you get 10 rounds in a mag, but you hit 5 shots. Your enemy is dying regardless where you hit them. And that is hilarious. Whereas on the FAL, there is some instances where you can be doing 38, especially when you get past 70 meters and all that stuff. So if you're short range and you're hitting the short to medium range and you're hitting the head, go for the FAL. If you're short to medium range and you're not hitting the head, go for the G43. G43 is going to somehow give you a bit range as well, which is a bit strange because I always thought that this is an up-close rifle. But there you go. That's it all pretty much sorted out there for you. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button below, consider subscribing, and we will see you in the next ShadowsReign A1A YouTube video. Peace.